Well, today I'm going to show you how to reset your computer on your Camaro. So there's several different ways you can do it. You can go into the trunk area, pull all that stuff out, all your liner, your other piece that goes on top. You're supposed to be a spare tire back there, but there's not. But that's where the battery is located. It's a big styrofoam piece, and when you pull all that out and get down to the battery, you can pull the negative cable off. You can do it that way, or I'm going to show you on the front how you can do it on the positive cable, which is so much easier. And you can also go into the fuse area. I'll show you which fuses to take out of there. There's several different ways you can reset your computer if you're having trouble. Motor's not running right, or even if your gauges and radio, your MyLink or whatever you got, is all throwing up different numbers and not acting right, or you can see you need to reset your computer in order for it to run right. If your map sensor might not be set right, or if you're throwing codes up on your check engine light. Now you can have this thing disconnected 15 minutes with the key on, and then you can clear your codes. But if you don't have your whatever's wrong with your engine, like your map sensor, or it could be a lot of different things. If you're getting a code, you can reset your computer in order for your car to run right. Now if you've got a tune on your car, you don't have to worry about the tune going away. If it's done right, it's going to be burned into your EEPROM in your computer. It's not going to go away. It's not going to set it back to factory. So keep that in mind. This here is just a scanner. It'll scan your codes on your car. Okay, on your codes on your computer, you can use a code reader like this to clear them. You can scan it and see what the problem is, pick out whatever code you got, fix that problem, and then you can also clear it with this. Or you can clear it by disconnecting the battery. And I'm going to show you, we'll go to the car here in a minute and I'll show you how you clear it with the positive cable. That's where your jumper lug is. Real simple there. That's on the positive side. You still want to leave your key on. I'm going to make another program. There's three different locations for your fuse boxes. I'm going to show you where each one of them are. That's going to be in another program that's coming up. So we'll go to the car here real quick and I'll show you where that's at. Show you how to disconnect it and show you where the fuses are. It's the main computer fuse. Let's see, it's fuses number 5 and number 20. Leave out for a few hours. Plug them back in and your map should be fine. If you're having a problem with your map sensor, that's on your air coming in. That meters your air coming in. So we'll go to the car here real quick and we'll check that out. Okay, right here's your fuse box. Push it open here, flip it open. Okay, they're talking number 5 and 20. Okay, your number 5 is right behind this relay right here. It's a 15 amp blue one. Okay, here's your bolts right up here that bolts your fuse box down. You got 3 of them here. And the one right there, that's a 15 amp right there. That goes to your computer. That one right above this relay right here. 15 amp, that's number 5. Pull that one. Okay, right around all these relays right here, Here's your bottom bolt. Here's your bottom bolt for to bolt the whole fuse box down. And right there is number 20. And that's another 15 amp fuse. That's around all these relays here. Right in the middle of them is right there's number 20. You can double check it on your top of your box right there. And you pull that one out, pull that 15 minutes, that's another one that goes to your computer. Okay, now we'll go over here to your positive connection for your battery. Okay, right here's your positive cable right here. Keep in mind this thing is hot all the time. So what you want to do is unscrew this. Your cable right here, cable right there is coming from the battery. That is hot all the time. You don't want that to touch anything. You got to keep a hold of it. So whatever you got to do, keep a hold of that while you let it set for a few minutes. If you don't, you're going to have a mess. You're going to have sparks. This is the fastest way to do it, but it's also the more dangerous way to do it. You don't want that to ground out to anything. You got grounds all around here. So you really got to be careful. But have your key on, disconnect this, and then let it set for a few minutes. There was a guy on Camaro 5 that he was in a rainstorm and they had to reset his computer. And he was talking about going into the trunk area. And I messaged him on the message board that there's a faster and easier way to doing it. Just get under your hood and disconnect this right here. I can let's so we're going to grab a hold of this wire here. Pop this open. Now you got to pull this up and just set it to the side like that. Just don't let it touch anything else. Just let it sit there for a little while and it'll be fine. But if it drops down in there and hits something, hits a negative, you're liable to light that whole line up. But just let that sit for a few minutes, and then that will also clear your engine codes, your check engine light. Okay, now we'll stick this back on there. Stick your lug back on top. Let's see, we better put this back on there first. Snap that in there. And then you stick your lug back down on there. Tighten her down good. Stick your cap back on top, and that's how you reset your computer. That's the fastest, easiest way to doing it, rather than having to go into the trunk. But a lot of them tell you to do it with the negative battery, negative cable, but positive cable works just as good. You just gotta be a lot more careful with it. Okay, that's gonna about do this video. Got any questions, just put them down below. And that's the 3 main ways to reset your computer. In your fuse box, your positive side and your negative side on your battery. Now if you've already got the battery exposed, then it's probably best to just disconnect the negative wire. But in a pinch where you're on a trip or something and your computer messes up, then reset right here at your right here under the hood. You can have it done in no time. You can reset your computer, run in, grab a drink, or get fuel and stick it back on there, and you're good to go. So that's going to do this video, and then I think next week we'll look at all the fuse box locations. One under the hood, and we'll get to that in the next episode. So thanks for watching.